Good afternoon and welcome to the Too Much Dip podcast. My name is Dave. I'm going to host, and I'm not going to talk like that the rest of the show. Joining me in studio, it's Dylan Shivery.
Hello, very happy to be here. Little League baseball season has officially begun. I'm assistant coaching my son's Little League team. Very excited about that. Tryouts for the other day. Big time stuff happening in Central Austin.
I remember my tryout. I remember being like embarrassed because Duncanville had at the time, a very, very competitive Little League and baseball program. And going to tryouts, I didn't have cleats. My dad was like, just wear your Converse shoes, like it was like Sandlot or something. So I wore Converse, like the high top ones. And they did like the machine pitch, probably had it on like 50. And that was part of it. And then they had us just go and like doing long toss and like fielding. And that was it. And then they did like an actual draft.
Oh, the draft is tonight. Since I'm an assistant coach, I'm on the coaching email chain, and they sent a spreadsheet with like the aggregates, like scores for all the kids. They're rated 1 through 5 on catching, throwing, hitting, pitching even, so it's kid pitch. And so I got to see all the scores for all the kids, and they're ranked 1 through 75. It's really funny. They take it very seriously. There's even trades.
Okay.
I'm not kidding. There's an email like if we want to do any trades like before we notify the parents, let us know and we'll sort it out. So it's a whole thing.
Here's a guy I wouldn't trade for anybody, KJ.
First round, 1-1. Ironically, today I purchased my first baseball glove, mitt/glove, in ever. I think I may have owned one or been like given one as a kid, but never purchased one. My baseball career is quite short. A neighbor of mine went on to play at like K-State and was quite good. He asked me to catch for him, threw a ball through a fence right next to me. And I was like, yeah, this sport's not for me. So I'll be breaking out the old ball and glove with my soon-to-be 4-year-old here in the near future. TBD on future in baseball for me.
I gotta say, the ball going under the fence is way better than what I thought that was going to happen with that story. I was thinking broken window.
It was like a rotted picket fence, whatever, but it like broke the board.
Oh, okay. Well, that's different. So you just missed the ball completely.
I jumped out of the way. I was too much of a pea.
Okay, that's impressive. I was always impressed when I never like caught in Little League, but backyard stick ball, I would catch. We'd rotate positions, and I was always impressed with the catcher's ability to not blink when the bat was swung, and because I would always blink and miss the ball. I could get my glove on it, but I just didn't have the timing. I wasn't built like that.
Teaching Parks not to be afraid of the ball is at the top of my to-do list right now. He's still like when he catches it, he kind of gets out of the way, he steps aside and catches it.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to teach him, trust your glove, man. If you have it in the right spot, you're not going to get hit with the ball.
Did he flash the leather?
He's working on it. He's working.
You got to flash the leather from time to time.
My dad got long time.
Can I co-op some advice?
My dad got me a Nakona glove. I don't know if you guys are familiar. Mine is kangaroo skin. It's really soft leather. It's fucking badass. I love it so much. I use it for softball. Anyway, it's so much fun.
I don't have an adult glove. I need to get one because Rhodes has 2 gloves. He's got one I got him at the World Series, and he's got one that he was recently gifted. And we went out and actually tried to play catch yesterday. Mainly me tossing him the ball and him just holding the glove out. And if I don't hit it, he doesn't know how to move the glove toward the ball yet. He just doesn't have those motor skills down.
It's like the last thing to come for kids is like those the ball catching motor skills. It's like the last thing. They don't know how to do it. It's really funny.
He gets mad at me if I miss the glove. I'm like, yeah,
it's your fault, man.
Yeah, I guess. So I was like, how about this? How about we work on you learning how to squeeze the glove? I'll drop the ball into the glove, and when it gets in there, you squeeze it shut. He also lacks the hand strength to really close the glove.
Yeah.
But
you got to get some oil in there and work that thing in.
Yep. I got to teach him how to squish the bug next.
That's right.
I probably wasted my time like spending a summer with the like Velcro circle mittens with Kai last year. Like we just went with those.
We got
Just get
those
your
too.
hand in the right area. And that's as far as we went. But a buddy of mine recommended the lay on the ground and toss the ball straight into the air. This would be, for Parks as opposed to, for one of our children at this point. But tossing the ball straight in the air and starting with like a tennis ball was like how to desensitize the, oh shit, I'm gonna get hit in the face reflex, which apparently is natural.
Okay. I'm trying to remember if I ever got like unscared of the ball or lost that fear. Because I remember when it hit me hard, it was when our field, like when I was playing Y ball, we had a shitty field and like a grounder, just routine, just hit a rock and smoked me in the face.
That'll happen.
And I remember for like the rest of that season, I was still playing short at that point. For the rest of that season, I was very timid. I would field it, but I wouldn't, get right in front of it.
Yeah.
It took me a while.
Man.
Take me back.
Fun stuff, man.
Boys of summer, man. Hey, we got ourselves a big show here. And I want to start by talking about something that went viral. I don't know if you guys saw this, but some guys tried to jump Cam Newton.
Mm-hmm.
You guys might remember Cam Newton. He played in a Super Bowl. He was a very good quarterback, a very large quarterback, 6'5", I believe. 6'5", probably walking around at about 240, probably 245 now.
Not often is the first off the bus guy your quarterback, but he can be a first off the bus guy for pretty much any team. The most physically imposing quarterback I think the sport has ever seen, just from a like off the hoof standpoint,
Yeah, who's even in that conversation?
Absolute specimen. I don't know. It's him, and then I don't know who's second. Still in very good shape, even though he's been out of the league for a few years, turns out.
Yeah, he posts some workout stuff from time to time, typically shirtless. Looks very good. And also, he's dressing, man.
Big hat guy.
Big hat guy. KJ, I'm assuming you saw this.
I have seen it. Really, my first thought was, to sully the sanctity that is 7-on-7 tournaments. Like this is just the beginning of that season, which goes like through summertime. I know it's turned into kind of like an AAU circuit these days, but to get in a fight at those events is pretty interesting because you are literally, I don't know, it's typical like 6 football fields. Like there's no easy way to run away is what I'm getting at. And you're surrounded by nothing but top athletes in every direction. So if you were to be like, I don't know, the aggressor against, I don't know, the most famous and probably well-regarded person in 100 like 100 meters in any direction, you're probably not getting away. So watching this, kudos to Cam, who I think helped put this event on, or whoever who had like uniformed staff there, because this could have easily turned into a Alabama boat slip situation.
I thought you were going to go a different
staff
direction.
there was clutch. No. Having the boat slip was, or not boat slip, the staff there was clutch, but also I don't care or want to know what was said. You've got Cam's stature as like a what the hell are you thinking? And then again, just the setting. It's like you don't get in a bar fight on the second floor of a bar. It's like there's some ground rules to get in fights in public. Those things you don't do. Not in an athletics setting where you can be run down by anybody or second floor of a bar.
My favorite part of this was, it was fun seeing Cam, manhandle these guys. And with not even really throwing punches, just kind of.
I don't think he threw a single
No,
punch.
he was just kind of bitching them.
He just controlled them and just kind of flung all of them off of him.
But when the video started hitting Twitter, all the accounts that were posting the video, it was like Cam Newton jumped by the TSP crew. And everybody, like all these other outlets, were like, oh shit, the TSP crew jumped Cam Newton. And they would show the video. And then Twitter started, people were like, wait, what the fuck is the TSP crew? Nobody knew what that was. Like everybody, that's what it kind of turned to. People were like, this story's 20 hours old. Still don't know what that is. And
you still don't?
It's some kind of like sports performance, like high school. It's something really, really niche and small and probably regional. And like people were just being like, yeah, the TSP crew.
Have any details come out about like what started it, who said what and what was said, anything like that? Do we
No,
know?
I saw it spun as that Cam was trying to break up a fight, and then someone
Oh,
from the TSP crew.
he has a podcast. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm sure we're
Yes.
going to hear the whole story
100%.
probably today at some point. He'll probably get into it. But yeah, you picked the wrong guy, and it's not a good look when you and 5 of your buddies can't take down one man.
Yeah, that is a tough look. It's a
a tough
lot
look.
like the hypotheticals of like how many toddlers do you think you could take?
Yeah. It looked like a bunch of 8-year-olds wrestling like one of their big brothers. He's like just throwing them on the bed and whatnot. And no, not actually hitting them. I'm not trying to hurt them. Just like, all right, guys, controlling them all.
The
Pretty
best
fun.
thing that these guys have going for them is that like they appear to be wearing like their hoods, so you can't really get a clean look at their faces, which is pretty good. I mean, you're saving yourself a lot of trouble there. You don't want to get manhandled like this, all by a guy wearing an extremely elaborate hat.
Yeah, street cred stock falling
Yes,
hard.
Yeah.
TSP crew is not doing well right now. Down real bad.
You can't get your ass whooped by somebody in a fascinator. Again, fight rule number 3. Did this evoke any memories of any early internet viral videos for you, David? Because one came to mind immediately, and I want the man to comment, although he's furthest from like the Cam Newton atmosphere.
Are we talking about Dakota Prescott on spring break?
No, Dakota, like that would have been well, I guess early, but still. Probably 15 years prior to that.
Oh, no. I'm very interested in what you got here.
Mike Valley. Like early viral videos, and it would always be like LimeWire labeled as skater fights off 4 punks. And it's like some shitty closed circuit security cam footage, and then or like some camcorder footage of Mike Valley. It was kind of like CKY adjacent, maybe.
Yeah.
Beating the absolute piss out of 4 different dudes, and it was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
This is pre like being scared of UFC people or MMA people. Like it was impressive to see.
Yeah, that's a good pull. Need to bring that up with Will, because Will and I, for some reason, will randomly talk about Mike Valley. Dylan, you've probably seen this video and you just don't realize it, but
Yeah.
it's like 4 yuppie looking, like not even like imposing guys, like probably made a comment about this guy skateboarding, and then he just absolutely wrecks like 2 or 3 of them, and one of them gets up, and it's just a whole thing. Google Mike Valley if you can, if you haven't seen it. But yeah, this could have ended way worse, and shout out to them, like you said, for having security there, because it is, man, I don't know if I would rather get like one hit quit by Cam, or just if that would be worse than or better than just getting slung around.
Well,
like a child.
Shout out to Cam for not just absolutely just pummeling these guys. Which you got to think he could have stung a couple of them if he really wanted to, and he just didn't. He just decided to fling them all off of him.
Dude, it's a bad look to get flung.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, but if you're gonna get flung, I guess it's best that it's from a guy who was once at the peak of his NFL profession.
Yeah, they wanted to take the story
After
back
the
to
age
the
of 12, no more
back to
flinging.
the rest of the squad, being like, "Oh yeah, we beat up Cam Newton," but it just didn't go that way for him. So
Yeah, the Dak reference. I don't know if you remember the Dak Prescott Mississippi State spring break where he got washed by a couple guys in a parking lot.
I remember that. Yep.
I always thought that was a little unfair because he did get jumped, and Dak is not as big as Cam. Dak's big to me, but he's not Cam.
Not many people are as big as Cam Newton.
No. Any closing thoughts on this?
I hold nothing against Dak. Nobody can be faulted for what happens in Pensacola Beach or whatever it was.
Yeah. Just don't go there. Is that still a spring break spot? I hope none of us have that answer. Hey, I got a little something for you. Why don't you check out our good friends over at Rocket Money? How about that? One of my favorite things to do is pop over to Rocket Money and see if I got any subscriptions I forgot about. Turns out I often do.
You speak for pretty much everyone on that topic, I think, Dave. We all have something that we've paid for in the past that we're probably still paying for and don't even realize it.
No, Rocket Money is a personal finance app. It finds and cancels your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps you lower your bills all in one place. Over 80% of people have subscriptions they forgot about, and chances are you're one of them. Like that Stars app just to watch that one show, or that free gaming trial you never actually used. I need to check in on my Paramount Plus now that we're sitting here talking about it. This happens every time we do a Rocket Money read. I think of something else. I usually go check, and Rocket Money will find it for me. Rocket Money also helps you manage your finances all in one place and automatically categorize your expenses so you can easily track your budget in real time and also get alerted if anything looks off. Over 3 million people who have used Rocket Money, saving the average person up to $720 a year. Stop throwing your money away. Cancel unwanted subscriptions and manage your expenses the easy way by going to rocketmoney.com/bang. That's rocketmoney.com/bang. What are we going to do about these kids storming the courts? Fucking January 6th and this shit. I'm tired of it. Thought we put that to bed, but no, you can't even win a game anymore without just rushing the court. You know what I mean? You see this?
Yeah. Yeah. Basketball is asking for trouble probably more than any other sport, you know?
That's a good debate. I'm curious.
It's more confined. It's harder to get off the court, I would think, than it would be a football field. No protection, you know?
Yeah, that's a good one because football field objectively more testosterone, right? Football, a little bit more of a more dangerous, aggressive game. You've got more, I think you have more aggressive combatants playing the game. Basketball, though, you're right. It is very confined.
Mm-hmm.
And as we've seen, we saw it with Caitlin Clark. Although she kind of, I don't know if we did a full review of that, but she kind of leaned into that.
You think she flopped?
Maybe. Some were saying. Kyle Filipowski, though, that's a name. I don't know how much Duke basketball you've watched this year. I watched them beat Baylor earlier. Appeared to be injured. Had to be walked off the field, help him walk off the court, excuse me. And people are mad. And people are trying to figure out what to do. KJ, you're pro banning this, correct?
Yes, until I realized there's some I don't know what you'd say. There's some correlations. There's some consistencies amongst the recent court storming events that Filipowski is a very Caitlin Clark, Iowa-esque name, if you will. I did also see the overhead shot of his instant, and he did make first contact with one kid and then was blindsided by another. While I do feel so terribly bad for the student athletes in this situation, I think all the kids storming court should be shamed and laughed at. But the teams, they got to Derek Fisher this shit. You got to learn how to run off the court quicker. Figure out your escape route, and it can't be all the way across the court. You got to stand in place. You got to huddle and shelter in place, run, hide, fight. I don't know. But I've changed my mind. I'm no longer protect the athletes in this situation.
They're going to do something, right, where this is a weird comp, but stay with me. Okay, you remember during, I guess it was post George Floyd, when teams were kneeling, and then there was a Monday Night Football game, and the Cowboys it was in Dallas or in Arlington, and Jerry's like, all right, well, here's what we're going to do. We're going to kneel. We're going to take a knee before the net. It was very it took away from the meaning. You see what I'm saying? So the Cowboys went out there and everybody kneeled together, including Jerry. And it was very awkward. And it didn't feel it wasn't a protest anymore. It was okay, this is just a weird stunt to make it look like you care, but you don't. So they're going to do something now where they hold off until the athletes clear, and then they're going to allow it. And it's going to take the power of it out, and it's going to eventually be okay, well, this doesn't mean anything anymore. So court storming will be dead. An interesting comp. I think I'm probably the only person in sports media with the guts to make that comp.
Probably so.
And, we'll see. We'll see what the reaction looks like.
Basketball has always been well to me because fans have such easy access to players. I mean, NBA, there are fans who sit directly, if you're on the front row, you can sit directly next to a player.
We know you sat courtside at a Spurs game.
I've never sat next to a player.
You were close.
I'm just saying it's just so easy to get close to these guys in that sport.
Now it's at the Palace.
This is going to end with some kind of barrier being put up. I mean, no one's rushing a hockey rink because you just can't do it. You got the glass wall there, maybe something like that is in the future for basketball. I'm not saying I'm in favor of it, but that's where this thing's headed. maybe.
I'm just gonna say hockey fans just ain't about it enough. Like if they really wanted to, they could get it done. Like I've seen enough, World War Z type movies. The fans in mass, they knock that glass down, then get on the ice if they really wanted to.
Can you imagine
Now
like
all of the
500
players are
people
equipped with weapons.
on ice?
Yes, it'd be awesome.
Dude, storming the ice sounds like a bad idea.
Yeah, you don't want that smoke from those guys.
It didn't work out for Napoleon.
Who are on skates.
It's a historical ref.
And have sticks.
That's true.
Yeah, you don't want that smoke.
And literally, you are allowed to fight.
Yeah, and they're
in
all
some
decent
capacity.
fighters. Yeah,
yeah.
We talked this a ton of times throughout the college football season. It's continued now. Generic way to say like it's only going to get worse as going live is easier and easier, blah, 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 blah. Something probably should be done. I think Dave is completely right. We're going to get like Steve Aoki at the post-game courtside bash 5 minutes after the game. Like it's going to be monetized somehow. And then the players are going to go to the locker room and come back out after like a mid-season win over NC State.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. And, that's a great pull. Steve Aoki.
Can I make a competing analogy to the post George Floyd?
Yeah, please do.
It's going to become a lot like the I let the kids drink at my house as long as I keep the keys.
Ooh.
Like the schools doing this are going to turn it into like a sanctioned lock-in situation. Like, at some point we're going to get this monetized and then it will be allowed.
Okay. I like that.
Did Jay Billis really say you could detain everyone if you want to stop it?
He did, but he wasn't, I don't think, look, I didn't watch the entire interview. He did say, he was saying like, what can you do? The only thing you can do is that.
Oh, okay.
I don't think he was advocating for that. Like he wasn't being like, we got to arrest them all.
Okay.
But
it's also not plausible. I mean, you can't arrest.
No.
What is it? 500 to 1,000 people who rush to, I don't know how many it is. It's a lot of people.
Yeah.
You can't control that many people.
No. And I think we need to find out if he was advocating for that. We need to see if he owns any stock in private prisons or anything like that, because we just don't have the capacity.
No.
That is funny though. That would be great. Cause I know like I've definitely rushed the stage at concerts before, which seems a lot more dangerous. In fact, it definitely is. And they will stop you and they will at least threaten to arrest you. But I've never seen anybody actually get arrested rushing the stage at the Korn Family Values Tour.
This reminds me of that time in high school when we were at a party and the cops showed up. We were like, they can't write, 200 MIPs for all of us. And then they wrote 200 MIPs for all of us. We were there for about 3 hours.
I've seen it done in college.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a tough
you
night.
sit on the curb.
Yeah.
You just wait your turn.
What a waste of time.
Like, oh man, this sucks. We played our cards wrong here.
I will say it does look objectively cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it Texas Tech who rushed like every home game last season? Every home win.
And this season.
KJ,
and
go
this
ahead.
season.
Yeah, they were favored to beat TCU by, 6 or 7 the other night. And they win by 2. It was an exciting finish, but they won by 2 at home against TCU, and they were ranked. TCU was not. And I guess it's just their new head coach's bit to lead the students onto the court for the fight song. Again, I'm old. I'm not there. Enjoy it. I've got like one screen up here doing the pod and another eye on like Coca-Cola Beach spring break photos from like the last 10 years. So clearly I'm not the person who should be telling college kids what they should and shouldn't do.
Headline, former Texas Tech athlete critical of Texas Tech storming the court after every game ever.
Ever.
That's going to be the headline. That's what people are going to say because it's true.
It shouldn't happen. There's better ways to do this. Objectively, it looks way, way cooler if you do some shit outside. It's like court storming, just like, okay. And then what do you do when you're done? You just walk off?
I've stormed the field at a Texas State game at least once.
Like go throw toilet paper somewhere or something is what I'm saying. Like all the shit that happens outside of stadiums, arenas, like what Auburn does, that stuff looks way, way better.
Is
They'll
there
flip
an
a car.
equivalent to in football? They take the goalpost down. In basketball, where they steal the nets or something. Like, what do they do?
I bet nets have been stolen.
Yeah, that's what I would do.
It would be dope if you could steal the shot clock.
I'd get on your shoulders and grab the net and just take
I've
it
got
with
like
me.
2 sleeves of those waxy Gatorade cups.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
Or the chalk on the side.
Oh, do the LeBron.
Just the chalk
With the
everywhere.
chalk? Yeah, that would be sick.
A dry erase board and a towel.
You're over there drawing up plays for some reason. Yeah, that would be great.
Dave steals that broom that they keep under the basket to wipe up the floor.
The little squeegee kids.
Yeah.
The big
Squeeze.
circular one.
Well, no,
Yeah.
because like the officials always sprint off the court. So like, are we gonna have to start? Are they gonna start like telling like before the game, like, hey, if we lose this, you gotta or win or lose, sprint off the court.
I
Just
don't think
get
there's
out.
time to do that.
There's really not.
Because you're on the court when the game ends, and then you look up and boom, like students are already right there.
Make a tradition to where and this would make it less parents taking your keys or less Jerry Jones leading your team through the protest. You make a tradition to where like a certain song plays. So you give the other team time to get off, and then DJ comes on, plays, I don't know, Turn Down for What? I don't fucking know. They play something, and that's their cue. Then you go. So it's like tied to the song. I don't know, man. It seems like a song you'd storm a court to.
It would be pretty anxiety inducing to see the fans like holding each other back, like counting down 10, like just watching a countdown clock before they're legal to like storm the court. And as a player, you'd be like, somebody would want the smoke and be like fucking lingering, and others, should and would sprint off. And I think that would create some interesting drama.
Agree.
We fixed it. Fuck it.
We just crushed that. Put that in a clip. It'll go viral. Thanks, Cool Adam and Randy. KJ, that was a good idea, man. And, now you're talking my language, which brings us to Babbel.
Dude, that's good. That's real good, Dave.
For most of us, learning a second language in high school or college, it wasn't exactly a high point on our academic careers. Hand up.
I got all A's in Spanish throughout high school and college, and I can't speak a lick of it.
Lo siento.
Gracias.
Sí.
Now, thanks to Babbel, the language learning app that sold more than 10 million subscriptions, there's an addictively fun and easy way to learn a new language, whether you'll be traveling abroad, connecting in a deeper way with family, or you just have some free time. Babbel teaches bite-sized language lessons that you'll actually use in the real world. I chose Italian, not only because I took it in college and then subsequently forgot it, but I'd like to travel back there with my family, and I like chopping it up. I like chopping it up with the fellas when I'm over there in Florence. Babbel's 15-minute lessons make it the perfect way to learn a new language on the go. Other language learning apps use AI for their lessons plans, but Babbel lessons were created by over 100 language experts. Their teaching method has been scientifically proven to be effective, and with Babbel, you can choose from over 14 languages, including Spanish, French, Italian, and German. Plus, Babbel's speech recognition technology helps you to improve your pronunciation and accent. There's so many ways to learn with Babbel. In addition to lessons, you can access podcasts, games, videos, stories, and even live classes. Plus, it comes with a 20-day money-back guarantee. Start your new language learning journey today with Babbel. Right now, get up to 55% off your subscription when you go to babbel.com/bang. That's Babbel, BABBEL.com/bang for up to 55% off your subscription. Babbel, language for life. Brothers for life, Dylan.
That's right, Dave.
How about that money you're going to get, KJ? You gonna get the bag, the little NCAA bag?
If there is an alumni washed walk-on team on the game, I will collect my third check from NCAA. But I am happy to see that NCAA or EA has reached out to players, allowing them to collect the check up front.
Yeah. Can you share with us how much you got from NCAA football, KJ, during that whole?
I'd probably say, I think whenever the class action suit happened, you had like write in what years that you played, or not played, but were on the game. It's like 700, give or take. It was less than 1,000, but more than 500.
Okay.
Must be nice.
I didn't get shit.
I didn't either, man. What'd you spend it on? Do you remember specifically?
Probably rent. Most likely rent. Also, they're gonna get paid. Players that are promoting the game will also get cash, but then anybody that opts in gets a free copy of the game, which I think that is the one and only thing I was requesting at the time.
So they get $600. If you opt in, you get $600 from EA Sports, which is not a ton of money. Are there any? Is anyone going to like hold out for more money? Is that a thing, or they're just gonna be like, okay, if you decide not to opt in, are they just going to create a player that has all of your attributes? It's like, for Dave, it's like white guy,
I am a white male. Go ahead.
54 on speed. I don't know how fast you are. You know what I'm saying? Are they just going to like create you anyway, just without a name? Is that how it's going to go? Because you got to fill out a roster.
I assume so, but I think where they ran afoul of the law before is they made that likeness too close.
Yeah.
So maybe it's, 58 on speed and, I don't know. They move it around a little bit more than they did in the past. But a key factor is that it's up to 85 players per roster. And as you're well aware, like Texas, for example, has like 130 players on the team or whatever it might be. They've got massive rosters on some of these large school rosters, school teams. So going to be a bummer for the ones that are third and fourth string look teams and whatnot. But still, 85 is the traditional scholarship limit, and starting there is a good beginning. Maybe they'll just go to the next guy. If you opt out, like maybe that opens up a slot on the team. They go to the next one, and you're just not on the roster.
It is fun for these guys. If you opt in, I think they officially they release I saw Quinn Ewers do this, or for Quinn Ewers. He opted in, he announced it, and then I don't know how they got the information, but he was like, he's a 96 overall, and then it showed like his, arm strength was like a 92 or whatever it is. That part's got to be pretty fun for these guys. Just like the mat,
I'm sure
Madden.
they'll also do the face scan for some of the top players like him. So I'm interested to see if they, get him with mullet or sans mullet.
Ooh.
Like if they add in additional like feature details for your top tier players where a lot of people are going to be playing or paying attention to them.
Will Caleb Williams have painted fingernails?
I don't believe he'll be in NCAA.
Oh, that's right. I guess he missed it on that
He'll
one.
be a rookie in the league.
Interesting. Will it be in Chicago?
There's a lot of
Sorry, go ahead.
There's a lot of talk about cover athletes too. In the past, it would be players from the previous year. Now with licensure deals, you could be on the cover and playing that year. So Quinn,
that's cool.
Could perceivably be a cover athlete. Granted, like nowadays, digital copies exist, so I'm sure they'll just make a digital version with him on it. Given that Texas is like a top 5 brand, so I'm interested. We'll go at length about this another day, but I have a long storied. I don't want to throw the word addiction out there, but history with this game. So we'll get back to that another day.
Did you used to play as yourself?
A little bit, but I would be like 15 years into a dynasty with a team, playing with other guys or people from around the country. Like I was very invested, like 2 to 3 games a day, every day for at least 10 months between releases.
Real quick, apologies for the short episode. I got a hard out.
No, keep hitting it.
But real quick, I wanted to mention that the Live Tour is courting Hidecki. Greg Norman had said as much. And this is, I don't know why this made me laugh, but I just saw, he said, we've been trying to sign Hidecki. I don't mind admitting that. When Hidecki won the Genesis Invitational in LA, what's the first thing I did? What do you think you did?
He wrote him a letter and sent it and mailed it to
him. First thing he did, he said, "Congratulations, Hidecki. I'm proud of you, mate." And that's a nice touch. That's the kind of touch you don't get from the tour, just like a, hey man, congrats. And I bet like when it comes time, when Liv comes calling to Hidecki with, a bag full of like $80 million, he's going to remember that.
That text message.
Greg Norman shot him that little text,
Shark.
like, hey, congrats. He's going to be like, oh yeah, I was fucking, you know what? This $80 million is cool, but you know what did it for me? This is what did it. It's that personal touch, that customer service you can't get anywhere else.
Give me
Think
that
Hidecki's
Hayes
gonna go?
Fawcett Hidecki collab about him, and where he says, Greg Norman was just he was there from the beginning. He was really about the relationship he built
Yeah.
throughout this recruitment, and really just what led to my commitment.
He's the Reggie Samples of the golf world.
Exactly.
Very niche.
Anthony Kim confirmed for Live Jeddah. So again, here I am with the Live updates. We've talked about this in the past, but here we are. The return is upon us.
Yeah.
I'll be tuned in, but
They're doing hype videos, and I'm like, yeah, I can't. I would be a hypocrite if I acted like I wasn't interested because I've been on team. Like, would love to see AK back, but I'm like, I can't help but watch these and be like, okay, it's Anthony Kim. It is cool. Just wondering, like, part of the coolness was that no one really knew where he was and stuff. And now that it's like going to happen and it's going to happen on Live, you're like, all right, I'm interested. Maybe I'll even watch. I don't know where I'll watch, but I will follow it. We will continue to monitor. But it is funny. I'm like, at the end of the day, it is Anthony Kim. They didn't get the cat. Hidecki would be a big get,
All right.
though.
That'd be a
Gives
huge
them-
get.
Gives them Japan. That's a big get. Let's run it back. Again, apologies for the short show. That's on me. But we'll be out of here.
Let's run it back to the segment where we talk about, how's it go? During what you talk about, we already talked about. I almost stumbled over that.
No, you got it.
Parks was flashing the leather at tryouts.
Yeah.
The TSP crew is down real bad today.
Bro, thoughts and prayers.
Dave thinks Caitlin Clark flopped during that court storming in which she got injured.
Watch the tape.
Dylan once got an MIP in high school along with 199 of his peers.
Mm,
And that concludes Run It Back.
that's so many peers. The town made so much money on y'all.
so stupid.
It's so stupid.
he's
All
on
right.
fire.
Well, KJ, thank you. Dylan, thank you. We'll
Thank
be
you,
back
David.
next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
I want my chips with the dip. That's all I know. I don't want my chips plain. I want my chips with the dip. So bring them dips.